Leadership Program. What's going on, beautiful people? You guys excited? Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Ready for this leadership opportunity? Yeah. Wonderful. We're born ready. I like that. First of all, let me say thank you to you who have, for whatever reason, on whatever occasion, from whatever encounter, became aware through an introduction, a pamphlet, a smoke signal, whatever it was, that introduced you to the Canon Leadership Program to the point to where it piqued a particular curiosity in your beautiful minds, and you said, this is something I want to become involved with. To those of you that this is your first formal gathering as Canon Leadership participants, you are now, in terms of designee or title within the program, called CLP 1. If you are a first-year student, let me hear you say CLP 1. CLP 1. Right. Now, if there's a 1, then there's a 2. We have some CLP 2s here. These are individuals that went through the program last year and found enough value, found that it complemented their academic and intellectual growth at this wonderful institution that they decided they wanted to continue on. So we have some CLP 2 folks in the house. If you're a CLP 2 person, let me hear you say CLP 2. CLP 2. Okay, that was thunderous, wasn't it? All right. First of all, I want to say welcome for those that came back. I really appreciate you all taking some time to remain active in this wonderful program. We also have a few CLP 3 students, which will give you a little bit of context of the history. But before I start that, I want to let you know that in a very near future, perhaps next semester, perhaps next year, perhaps after graduation, each and every one of you, Danielle, are going to be tapped to practice or to participate in some aspect of leadership. Dom, somewhere in your life, somebody's going to tap you. Joseph, Laura, somebody's going to pose to you a particular scenario where you will have to call upon some leadership application. In fact, every living, human, breathing person at some point in their life has to pull upon a particular leadership skill set. But most human beings very seldom go through a formal training process to sort of think about, contemplate, analyze, realize the vast depth, the vast nuances of leadership, and they kind of go on the fly. And some of them do quite well. But I would certainly say those individuals who are intentional about engaging a formal, theoretical, practical leadership experience are going to be that much more better. Because when you think about it, whether it's in your personal solo life or in your respective family lives and you have to make individual decisions, or when you embark upon a work world and you're put into a situation where you have to manage people or manage projects or get people to buy into your ideals, or work with folks in a collaborative, consensus building type manner, that all of these things are leadership things that you have to call upon. And most leadership context is ideals, concepts that come out through voice, right? So you can't get around leadership without some point realizing you're going to have to either speak it, write it, sign language it, music it, whatever the case may be. But you're going to have to take your leadership skill development concepts and put it out there. How many of y'all have anxiety about speaking? Public speaking. You have anxiety? Yeah. Welcome to this space. I want you to own it, right? I want you to look out at these beautiful people. Make sure they give you eye contact. There you go. You're not shy. I want you to sort of project your name, tell them your major, and tell them you're excited to be a CLP 1. You got to start back here. It's like the intro. I'm going to give you an introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, next, welcome to the stage, the dynamic, the one and only, the beautiful, profound, Sun Deviliness. Please join me in welcoming to the carpet, Miss Danielle Taylor. Give it up.
My name is Danielle Taylor. My major is anthropology, and I'm focusing on Chinese. I'm excited to be a CLP 1.
Eventually, all that beauty, all that challenge, all those ideals, all that profound dreams that you've had that you want to bring out, it's going to have to express itself. Might be through poems, might be through prose, Might be through subtle, intimate conversation. Maybe it'll be one day you're standing at the Sun Devil Wells Fargo Arena giving the convocation speech to the 2017 graduating class. I don't know what it's going to be. Or perhaps you're going to be in front of a business meeting, and you're going to be negotiating both with a group of people on a teleconference, a video, blog, Twitter, text, Facebook conversation, all these people coming in, and you're going to be representing your company. Maybe it's your company. And you're going to be speaking in a way that has to bridge all these different types of cultures. But whatever your beautiness is, you are going to have to express it in some particular way. So there are skill sets that if you practice, if you focus on, you will sharpen, you will develop depth and strength within them. So I want to applaud you all for being deliberate about practicing this inevitable thing that all of us eventually will one day have to partake in, right? So let me give you a sense of what you're doing right now, what you're involved with right now. Tiffany, thank you so much. This is our logo, the Canon Leadership Program at ASU, emerging, evolving, and engaging. Don't change it yet. There are three components to the Canon Leadership Program. Emerging, that's what CLP1, that's what you all are involved with right now. You will participate in a national presentation on a monthly basis, where we're going to bring down premier intellectuals in various disciplines, areas of work, and area of life achievement. You will also be participating, as you have signed up for, in an emerging project. You have signed up through the RSVP process, and you picked the topic. And I hope that you took some time to look at the depth and sort of the nuances and sort of the uniqueness of those particular projects. And the facilitators that are going to be leading those projects as a part of their particular job responsibility, excuse me, not as an assigned part, but as a part that they decided to take on. A dynamic involvement of staff in the project. Then there's the evolving, which is CLP2. CLP2 students will also participate in the national presentations, but they will have options beyond just the Emerging Leaders Project. They too can sign up for an Emerging Leaders Project, or they can sign up for CLP2, our credit-bearing course, in which way they will go through leadership training, seminars, theories, concepts, and simulations, all for an opportunity when they become CLP3 or engaging Canon Leaders participants, where they can be a work group facilitator themselves, or they can become an ASU peer mentor that will lead a mentoring initiative for students that receive various scholarships here at the institution. This is our logo. This is what you will rock on these wonderful, beautiful shirts on presentation day. All right, so let's switch. ASU Sustainable Digital University Canon Strategic Alliance Partner. All ideals at some point must match up with revenue. All ideals at some point must match up with fiscal resources. Big muscles, smiles, nice clothes, just don't do it all the time. At some point, great ideas must match up with resources. All right.
What about Gandhi?
You're challenging my notion of all ideas must match up with resources. And beautiful Ari, which is a CLP1, only a CLP1, but challenge me on the first list. Masood, what's going on here? So the beautiful lady is speaking about the Mahatma Gandhi. Has an orientation in South Africa. He's a lawyer by training. His law sort of works with civil rights in South Africa, apartheid at its early phase, right? So Brother Gandhi decides that this apartheid, this attack upon color, this attack simply based upon skin color is something that must stop. And he's also noticing British colonial rule in his country of origin. And so Gandhi goes through this sort of self-analysis, this introspection, and eventually goes back to his country of origin in India and becomes essentially nationalistic, still humanistic, running an entire country and movement. But I must say, Gandhi did not have, he was a lawyer in South Africa, a revolutionary activist in India. Gandhi